How you doing, everyone? It's Green Zero back here again. Yeah, I know it's been a little bit more of a break than normal between my VODs, but I've been very busy in real life, and of course Battlefield 3 was released this week, and that has been taking up quite a bit of my time. But anyway, I've come back here. I haven't been very active on the replay system. I must admit, I didn't see this one coming. It's already on the popular replays tab. Haven't been visiting there as often this week as I should have, and watching replays. I haven't really played much of, if any, Kane's Wrath in the last week and a half, so anyway, hopefully this will be a really good game. It's Nod versus GDI, SteveNash 13, who has he's been showing his stuff lately. The last couple of months he's been a pretty active player, and has been taking a lot of the pros. We have AsMondiAns, which is Bike Rush owns, and everyone's like, oh no, Bike Rush owns, here we go. But anyway, he's in this game, and it's going to be really good, so hopefully they'll play really well. And we have an observer, Sandra17, not sure who that is, but let's get this underway. And you're like, oh no, it's Rift. I know a lot of people on the channel don't like Rift for some reason, because it gets way too much, what do you call it, attention. But anyway, it's a great map, and I say this a million times over, but we have SteveNash on the left hand side. He's playing as Nod Vanilla. We have Bike Rush owns. I'm just going to call him by that name because everyone knows him as that name. He's just using a Smurf account here to play into the Ladder Wars, which I think he made it into. I'm not quite sure how September 1. I think Technique managed to get another win there, so Technique non-stop winning those tournaments there. Anyway, did he draft? He's got one engineer, he's got one scout there, one scout there. He'll probably be able to take these militants, no problems, but there's two militants here, so he's not going to be able to take those, but he is digging a foxhole, so it looks like Byron is going to be able to kill those guys, dig the foxhole. They won't be able to progress any further. That foxhole will be able to cover this entire area from the Tiberium to the Rift here, so they'll have to go all the way around. You can see they have been pretty badly damaged. He's actually going to give chase. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. He is engaging, but there is a little bit extra of a squad there. Bike Rush owns may lose. He's sending the help down here. Is he going to lose? He just loses his infantry there, but he's still going to kill all the scouts for the price of just one scout, so that's not too bad. This Rifleman squad, very heavily damaged, but there's still 5 members there, so they got some serious firepower. If people haven't realized it, and I think I've said it before, each individual squad member has their own health, and it merely displays the overall health of the Rifleman squad there, so every one of those 5 members probably only had a little bit of health left each, and yeah, that was just the overall health. If you didn't get what I meant, too bad. I'm not explaining that again. Anyway, Bike Rush owns has this structure here, doesn't want to let any scouts get into there. He didn't get any scouts off here. No one said anything to the bottom. That is big risky. Big risky, very big risk there. Someone could have taken both of those, and neither side would have known about it. Neither side does know about what's going on down there. They can't see anything. We did see some bikes up here by SteveNash 13 going for some early bikes, powering down a ref. Would have thought he might have sold it, but he's not going for that kind of tactic. He does have a structure queued. It's another power plant, so a little bit of iffy build. He's sending that harvester around there, a little bit of harvester micro. Probably wouldn't have mattered too much. That one is coming out of the refinery. But Bike Rush is moving. His Conyard has no radar, and if this is a harvester coming out, he's in big trouble, and I think it is, because here comes the 3 bikes and the 1 buggy, and the buggy already taking a little bit of health off of that one harvester there. The harvester getting ordered away, but stopping immediately, getting stuck in the bay, and you can see he's reordering that again, but he's going to pay for it with a harvester. He does build a pitbull, and I don't like it when people build pitbulls like this, because pitbulls really can just get focused down by this amount of bikes in one shot. Really, see, there you go, really a Predator tank would have been a lot better using the tower gun there, and he snipes 2 bikes. The buggy is almost dead. He'll probably get that as well, but I think SteveNash caused the damage he needed to cause. He forced the tower placement, he forced 2 pitbulls to be built. He did not need to lose that bike, but he has lost it anyway. He got the harvester, and he cancelled the 4th harvester, which was building at the time. Meanwhile, Bike Rush just has a single harvester down here, so that went very well for SteveNash there. His MCV getting caught up. A lot of people try to do this. They try to get in the way of the MCV. You can't really let the pitbulls sit there for too long, because it will cause a lot of damage. Remember, this is a $3,500 structure, so every time this guy takes a shot, he's whacking off about $200-300 worth of value with every rocket volley there, and you can see he's caused quite a bit of damage, taking it to about 70% health there. And he's going to have to pay to repair that, and look, he's paying for it right now. Every second that repair goes down on that structure there, he's paying for it. And did he sell off? He sold off one of his refineries. What happened there? Was there an engineer I didn't see or something? But yeah, he sold off a refinery. I missed that. I'm not sure why SteveNash would have done that. He has placed a crane. Whoa, has he placed a crane? What's going on here? And look at the harvesters lining up. He obviously has a ton of money and can't spend it because his war factory is the only production structure now. He has a double build here. But Bike Rush, if he can't really manage any kind of counter at the moment. He had to recover his economy there. Maybe that refinery cell will allow him to just edge back the advantage here. He's building a few people. He's got a rifleman scout there, which he could send to go and scout. I really hope you guys can't see that that decal on the top there, which I accidentally left on when I was testing some frames in Battlefield 3. There's a little crossfire decal there. Yes, I do have crossfire, and it is awesome. I can tell that it's so hard to get working properly sometimes. It's just, well, I don't know how other people have it, but I found it really difficult to get working. Kind of had to really jump start it and clean out the cards. But anyway, you probably don't need to know about that. There is a Scorpion tank moving across the field of battle here, and it does get taken out straight away. So there you go, those Pipples there. Pipples versus Scorps, not a good idea, but obviously in this case they can just easily overwhelm that one Scorpion tank. It depends what you have. You can kind of kite Scorpion tanks with Pipples if you got the skill, just trying to snipe the ones off the edge and pull back. So that can work. It's not very effective and it's not very viable, but if at the time that's all you have, you can really cut out a few Scorpion tanks before a major battle happens, and that can really make a difference. You can see he stopped repairing his Conyard there because he realized it was just spending money. Bike Rush did beacon the crane. I don't like people who beacon hidden tech and stuff like this. It's just telling their opponent that, hey, look, I've seen your crane or your tech center or whatever the hell it is you're building, and I know about it now. So the other player's expecting them to counter it, so it just doesn't. It's not as good, because instead of just running into the counter without knowing it, they're going to realize that the other player has seen it in advance and will probably be able to counter. You can see these Pipples here are moving forward. There is a nice group. They need a raid somewhere, but there are rockets down here. Rockets very cheap and effective at defending. Of course, they are very slow and have low health, which is the counter. Which is not the counter, but the trade-off. And look at this. Oh, he's gone quad Orca airfield, and he has sold his Conyard, put the engineer into a V-35 box, and he did this to me. I actually played him last week or something, and he did this to me. And even though I scouted out the airfields, I didn't actually browse over and look to see that the riflemen had revealed them. And of course, he jumped me and destroyed a ton of harvesters. I did have Firehawks at the ready, but even with the Firehawks, I just could not shoot down enough of these Orcas to stop them from trashing me. And Bike Rush Owens ended up winning in attrition at the end there, even though those Hawks did manage to decimate him in the end. But we can see scouts moving. Oh, there we go. Did SteveNash have seen him? Oh, he hasn't got him on hold fire. They did cap a few rockets off. The engineer is going to take that spike, which is what you want to do. But he's going to be like, uh-oh. He's probably building a SAM turret at the moment. There's rockets here. SteveNash doesn't appear to have seen this. What is going on? His scouts did scout it. He was obviously busy. He's forced to sell his Conyard. They don't have hard points. What are they going to do? They're going to attack the Secret Shrine, and that cancelled an upgrade. That cancelled an upgrade and low on power. Can he knock out the last power plant? He can. Oh, and there's no crane. SteveNash has one power plant, two power plants, not upgraded. He can upgrade them because he still has his operation center. He is upgrading Dozer Blades, but that set him back so far. It's not funny. Oh man, that Orca strike. And how's he going to recover? He doesn't have an MCV to play SAM turrets. He's got dual war factory, but he's struggling on power. He has upgraded both his power plants, which are going to be extremely valuable now. They are powering everything he's got, and it looks like they are managing to power everything. Just those two power plants. On 4F, 2 War Factory, the Operations Center, and a Barracks. I would have thought he needed more. I know these upgraded ones do give you quite a lot of power, but you can see that his Operations Center isn't blacked out, so he does have power. Anyway, is there another power plant I'm missing perhaps? No, I don't think so. What's Bike Rush going to do now? He's going to be facing up against an Imp Spam, and he's going to spam Hammerheads with the APM upgrade. Now, the trade-off here is that he does not have a Conyard either. But if he's got 4 airfields, so he can build those Hammerheads lightning fast, and he can actually overwhelm. I mean, if he busts 15 Hammerheads on an Imp Spam, those Hammerheads will be able to just decimate the Imp Spam, because the rockets will have to shoot in volleys where what do you call it? The rockets will just have to volley. Or no, wait, I screwed that up totally. He has got a SAM turret down. He did destroy a War Factory, so there is obviously an MCV out. Anyway, the rockets have to shoot in volleys, whereas the Hammerheads can just continually chain gun them down. And they will win. They can take more rocket damage than what Orcas can. It's not viable to take on large groups of infantry with Hammerheads, but if he's got a mass spam of them going on, and he only has 5, 6, 7, 8, he's got 9, which is actually quite a lot. If he forms them up in a line and uses an attack move, a line formation, which is where you push A for attack move and then use the formation move without clicking or anything like that. You use double click and they'll move in their formation and attack at the same time, which will keep them spread out. Again, that may have sounded really confusing. See, he's using formation up here, and the line formation is going to be critical. He needs them to move forward in the line formation, though, and there's dual AA towers here. The problem here is that the only anti-air is these buggies and these rockets, and that's not going to do too much damage versus these, oh, there's so much Orcas now. There's Orcas and Hammerheads and Pipples. I think SteveNash is in a little bit of trouble here. How's he going to counter this? The buggies can take a lot of rocket damage, but I just don't think there's enough. The Hammerheads are going down. A lot of the Orcas are out of ammo, and retreating. Hopefully they would have been targeting down the tanks. I can't really pay too much attention to what's happening in this fight, but here we go. There's still too many buggies remaining. He's trying to focus down his infantry, but really he needs to knock out these Scorpion tanks. I think the Scorpion tanks are more important because he can tower spam his way to victory here. A lot of those Hammerheads, only 2 of them remaining, just 1 remaining now. Predator tanks coming out, and SteveNash, how did he manage to do that? He's actually taken this foxhole and put dual rockets in it, so that'll be just a problem for those Hammerheads to dislodge. But yeah, tower spamming now with Predator tanks. SteveNash is out of Tiberium. I can see on the radar he has almost no Tiberium. The Orcas are coming back, and this is the problem, because the Orcas come back and they cause the damage to the armor that he needs, and they're going to just destroy all of these buggies here now. But oh no, SteveNash has his Conyard. He's got AA SAM turret support, and that's going to be crucial here. Does he have a tech center? I don't think he does have a tech center, so Obelisk probably something that he's going to be thinking of now to counter these Predator tanks. There is a dual war factory Predator span, and Biorush still has a decent amount of Tiberium. He can fund this. He sold off one of his war factories, and he sold off one of his airfields, but he can definitely fund this attack for quite some time, whereas SteveNash, I don't think he can afford this. He can draft some of his base. He's actually got 2 Conyards, but really how's he going to power that? He's sending, like I said, he could draft some of his base off and sell it. There is a stealth tank there, but he's crawling to the blue field, but it's going to take time. He's going to have to wait for that to come in and deliver money. But anyway, here come the Orcas, and what are they going to attack? They're going to actually focus down these Obelisks, and that's going to be important because really SteveNash can't afford to replace those. He could take out that stealth tank, and the tower spam here now, he's just putting up waves and waves of these APMO watchtowers, and he does get the stealth tank. I really don't think he should have sent a stealth tank in at that frontal attack. He should have sent it around because this area is completely unguarded. But anyway, SteveNash in a little bit of trouble here. You can see, oh, that foxhole coming into play. What are you doing, Biorush? You can't leave those guys there. They will get shot down. There we go. He's moving them now. Not sure what he's looking for. I think he's looking for some targets, but he can't really find anything of value here. SteveNash, like I said, could definitely draft 2 of his refs. There you go. He's starting to draft now. He's probably going to draft down here as well. Sell off those structures, and look at this blue tip. There's 3 full blue tip harvesters coming in, and that alone will mean tons of obelisks for his defense here. But is it going to be too late? Look at all these structures going down. The Conyard is under attack. Biorush could definitely destroy these power. I'd destroy the power plants first because they'll just go down so quickly and they won't block his line of sight. 1 Shredder turret going down there, but yeah, oh, look at that artillery coming in. There is 1 Spectre. Is Biorush going to move through and attack that? But again, these power plants are disrupting the fire here. Biorush needs a ref, and there you go. There's a ref. So just as he runs out of Tiberium, he gets a ref down. He's going to want to transfer harvesters, and he's realised that, hey, I can just take these power plants out lightning fast, and that would clear the space here. And of course he's just placing more of them, obviously, because he needs a lot of power to power these guys, and it isn't too much. There's a power plant there, and oh no, there's 2 there as well, so maybe he's just using them to block. I would have thought barracks would be a better choice, especially since people have realised that the giant ball on the hand of Nod, when it is destroyed and falls off, it can crush infantry and damage vehicles and buildings, so that might have come in handy here when they destroy those structures. And here come these Orcas. What are they going to do? They're going to target the artillery. I think that is important, and Tib Core is done. Oh man, Biorush isn't going to be pleased to see that is done. That Orca there going to its death. And maybe, just maybe, Biorush is selling off that refinery there. He needs to destroy this obelisk. And look at that, but the blue field is being completely, utterly decimated here by these Nod harvesters, and that's what SteveNash is using to fund this fight. Biorush can't really have much more left in the tank. You can see he's stalling for cash now. And I don't really think he can sit here and just waste his units on base defenses. These base defenses aren't very expensive for SteveNash to place these Shredder turrets. He's just placing Shredder turret after Shredder turret, and if that Redeemer comes out, which he has placed in a very dangerous position, I mean, if this area gets overwhelmed, and it may very well be overwhelmed, I think, there you go, selling off everything he's got. He could even sell one of his Conyards. I don't think he needs 2 now. This one here's got a laser field. I don't think it's going to fall. If he gets his Redeemer out, it'll be pretty much GG. And another war factory here. Biorush needs some Tiberium, and both sides are stealing Tiberium from the middle here, so no one's harvesting. They've been here for so long, and no one's getting any of this Tiberium, aside from leeching it. But yeah, really, Biorush has a tiny little bit of tib there. He's getting another full load coming in there. He needs to destroy this obelisk. He's got the Predator tanks to destroy it, but really, once that Redeemer comes out, he can't really destroy it with this many Predator tanks. And there you go, another obelisk pops straight back up. Repairs going down there. SteveNash probably could sell off this SAM turret, probably could sell off one of those power plants, or one of those refs maybe. Yeah, but I don't think he's too fussed about money. His Redeemer is coming along nicely. It's almost done. It's about 65% done. He's going to lose this obelisk here. I don't think he can lose that field. Now, where is the Conyard? Oh, have you sold your Conyard, Biorush? I think Biorush may have sold his Conyard, unless he sent it somewhere. No, he's definitely sold it off. He's gone all in here. This is desperate. I mean, really, I don't think he should have sold it off. He probably could have, maybe instead of pushing out all these tier 1 units, could have got a tech and just used Juggernauts to bombard from range. I mean, if he could deny, deny SteveNash this field, then he'd probably be in a better position than what SteveNash would be, especially since he'd have better artillery. And here comes an engineer ready to jump into the Redeemer. I think Bike Rush owns is just about done. What's happening down here? There's an engineer. He does get a refinery, but what's he going to achieve? Looks like a sold off Conyard there. That that one APC probably could shoot down that engineer. I don't know. Not sure why it's not shooting that engineer. Is that even his engineer? SteveNash. Yeah, I don't know why the APC didn't do that. And Bike Rush owns pretty much selling up. He can't destroy this Redeemer. He does not have enough force here. And I think SteveNash is ready to take this field, and with that the game, because Bike Rush really has no backup plan. He's got no war factory, he's got no production structures, so that last Predator tank is his last vehicle. Maybe the APC is still alive, but no, he goes down, so there you go, pretty intense fight there. I'm pretty glad I came back to watch that one. It did say Hall of Fame in the title, but in all honesty, replays that say Hall of Fame in the title never ever go Hall of Fame. Not Hall of Fame, but very, very nice and intense fight, and it would definitely be worth a wub. If you think it deserves a wub, head on over and wub it. I know it's already got 11 or something. Structures lost 100. Well, SteveNash lost a lot of structures, but they may have included the base defenses there. We can see resources there. He was ahead of Bike Rush owns at this point here. I don't think that Orca harass really did its damage. I mean, it got the buildings down, but it didn't stop the economy. And then we see bam there. That was probably the blue Tiberian. You can see that it was flatlining and then bam straight up, and that allowed him to get back and keep fighting for that main field there. Structures up and down. Obviously, SteveNash having more than Bike Rush. Units, whoa, SteveNash, that main fight, you can see Bike Rush only lost half. Probably less than half the units that SteveNash did. And yeah, maybe, well, I guess it was good in a sense that he really did stop Bike Rush from getting the main field, and it did go in his favor later on, but that may have looked pretty bad in retrospect. But anyway, that's not too bad. We can see the money was 114,000 to Bike Rush and 124,500 to SteveNash, so and he got 10,000 more. The length of the game was 15 minutes, so 10,000 isn't game breaking. It's only a minor advantage, I'd say, in considering the length of the game. Units lost, Bike Rush losing 113 to 96 for SteveNash, and the units killed in favor of SteveNash. 1.16 favoritism there. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. That was very nice. It was very intense. Had some good battles, and the Orca Hammerhead combination. You don't see it very often, but Bike Rush was making it work there. And it's actually quite powerful. It's just obviously quite expensive, and you do forego some ground. But anyway, that was a very good game. I hope you enjoyed this VOD, and I will see you all next time.